I'm CM Coleman and welcome to CM Coleman Home. Today we are continuing with the dough that we made yesterday, and we're going to make a mushroom, pork, and onion hand pie. We're going to head over to the stove and we're going to get it started. Over medium-high heat, I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to add 1 whole yellow onion, and we're going to cook this or sweat it out for 5 minutes. 1 whole yellow onion. Cook that for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add 1 pint of minced mushrooms. These are minced mushrooms, and 6 cloves of minced garlic. And you're going to cook this for another 3 to 4 minutes. Now we're going to add our spices. Our spices include 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 3½ teaspoons of paprika, 1/3 of a teaspoon of fennel seeds, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, and 1 teaspoon of sage. Now you're going to mix this all together and let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, remove this from the heat and put it into a pan. Now to the pan we're going to add our pork. You want to brown the pork thoroughly. Once the meat is browned through, I know you're going to want to drain this, but don't. As it says in the cookbook, it'll help preserve the food. We're going to add our mushroom mixture back in. Give it a good thorough mix. I'll turn off the heat, remove it from the heat, and let it cool slightly, or you can let it cool overnight. Now, what I've got is I've got a little piece of my dough. This is that crust that we made the other day, like a pie dough. And what I'm doing is I'm lightly flouring it. Well, I'm probably heavily flouring it because my board's been out for a while. And then I'm going to roll it out to be about 1/4 of an inch thick. Rolling. And what I like to do to make sure that it doesn't stick, you notice how I am picking it up and moving it? That way I know that it's not going to stick. I want this to be approximately 1/4 of an inch thick. Now you can use cutters, you can use whatever you want on these. I am basically going to let them go as is. Like I said, about 1/4 of an inch thick. No thinner. Alright. Then I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of my mixture, pack it down. I'm going to use my fingers, pack it down nice and tight, and I'm just rough cutting this, because then what we're going to do, fold it over and pinch the edges. There we go. Now, the thing which I've found, which I like to do, because I know how messy I can be with things, and of course I've moved it, I like to take the knife, and I'm going to use the knife to trim the edges. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to reseal those once they're trimmed. Make your edges look a little bit better than I did mine. But I'm resealing the edges. nice and tight. You can even fold them over, do something fancy. It is up to you. That doesn't look too bad there. I'm going to poke, actually let's do this, we'll do it differently. I've taken an egg and beat it together with a tablespoon of water. I'm going to brush this over on the top. That'll help it brown. Place it onto my sheet and poke 2 holes in the top to help let steam out. We'll bake this for approximately, I would say about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. After 20 to 25 minutes, remove the pocket pies from the oven, let them cool slightly, and they are ready to eat. And let me tell you, these are really, really good. I highly recommend them. They're sort of spicy without being really hot, and they'd be great to travel with. So yeah, they are a traveling kind of dish, just like any good Hobbit would have. Take a look at those. Don't those look wonderful? I'm going to be doing more with our Hobbit Cookbook, and I will tell you some information about it if you're interested, but I hope you try this recipe because this one's really fun and pretty easy. I'm CM Coleman, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like. Also, you can favorite and share it on social media. Don't forget to check out my other channels, CM Coleman Home, CM Coleman Daily, and CM Coleman Games. Once again, I'm CM Coleman, and make yourself at home.